I'm sorry it had to come to this. What are you?
Can you believe this? The Duke's apparently run off to avoid facing me. After what he's done, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Tell me, though, is the city safe? Have the Imperial spies been dealt with? Excellent. Then dealing with the rat I let into the castle is all that remains, if we can just find whatever hole he's scurried into. No, but what about Sir Jarnet and Glerica? All three of you deserve a medal after this is done with. No. Glerica. Glerica is gone? But why? She was an innocent young girl. I knew the Imperials were heartless, but do they have no honor at all? Richard. He's responsible for this too. Where is that bastard? Yes, he's actually most likely to be down in Eamon's private rooms. Unworthy swine that he is. Will you come with me? I could call the guard, but it might be better if you and I just deal with this quickly and quietly. Richard, you bastard! I rue the day I gave you the throne. What you've done is nothing less than treason!
Welcome back, Argella. Good work. First, you ran this kingdom into the ground, then you dumped it into my lap. Now the two of you repay me by sabotaging my plans and destroying any hope we had of surviving the Reachman attack. Of course they were. Have you seen the Reachman's numbers? You think you can take them all on yourself? You cut off one head, but there are thousands more, and they are barbarians. You've doomed the people of this city to a fate worse than death. Whatever it was, the alternative was death. Listen, there's nothing more to say. If you expect me to apologize and plead for mercy, you're out of luck. I was doing the right thing. Lock me up if you must, but I don't deserve death. Very well then. Argella, my fate is in your hands. You know I made the only rational choice.
I wouldn't call it rational, Renchant. I would call it cowardly. Eamon died defending this kingdom, and you'll die for betraying it. Now that he's been dealt with, we have real work to do. Please, meet me outside.
Knights of the Flame came very near dissolution were it not for you.
Thank you for dealing with that situation. I know it wasn't pleasant, but life just isn't always a pleasant thing. Certainly not in my case. Nevertheless, we have responsibilities we cannot simply ignore. Glarica taught me that. And you, of course. I know. I feel partially responsible for her death. But if I give in to remorse or sorrow, I would be doing her a dishonor. From now on, I'm going to honor Eamon's legacy, rule as he would have, as he and Glarica would want me to. No matter what the future holds, Evermore is deeply indebted to you, as I am too. In times like these, we all need a hero like you, to remind us that no matter how bad things get, there's always hope.
Tell the Queen the truth. Her reign will soon end. We are enemies again, you and I. The Imperial's tricks are undone, but your stone city will still fall. Through Crow's eyes, I spy your weak defenses. These lands belong to the Reach, and we will soon sweep through. You don't need a crow's eyes to see this. Use your own. Look north. If you do not spy my armies now, you will soon. Count your blessings, though. Death at a Reachman's hand is more merciful than enslavement at an Imperial's. The sooner your fate is accepted, the better we will all feel. I am queen of these lands, not that weak woman over there. Tell her the truth. After the city's sacked, I'm going to peck out her eyes.
I hope you'll forgive me for being blunt, but under the circumstances, there's no time for social niceties. I am still in awe of what you've done to save the city, but did I just see you talking to a crow? So that's why all these crows have descended on the city? Gods, I knew it wasn't a coincidence. Fine, I'll give every guard a bow. I think it's time for us to do some bird hunting. First, though, if you spoke to their leader, what did she say? I see. Not really much of a surprise. The Reachmen are bearing down on Northglen already. We've already sent every soldier we can spare, but there's little chance of turning the tide of battle. Your presence there might make all the difference. Once you get there, I'm sure the Reachmen won't know what hit them. Look for Sergeant Anteve in Northglen. He was just sent there, but with Captain Huron dead, he's one of my most senior officers. I suppose I'll need to give him a promotion. Sure, he could probably use some encouragement. Tell him I'm going to promote him to lieutenant, assuming we defeat the Reachmen, of course.
Honor to you, traveler. You don't look like one of those poor devils out on the street. But if you come for work, I'm afraid there's none to be had. You found the elegant western headquarters of the Dragonstar Caravan Company. Congratulations. Try not to trip over the crates. Well, discretion is one of the many services we offer to potential employers. Shipping goods overland presents all manner of hazards, Flar. Highwaymen, customs inspections, legal entanglements. Our highly trained professionals grease the wheels. As we say in the caravan trade, trouble someplace just means more travel to someplace else. And let me tell you, right now plenty of people in Evermore are interested in sending their goods or themselves someplace else. Oh, there are always goods to ship, my dear. Screaming children, old women, whatever meager trinkets these poor fetchers can jam into their pockets. There are lots of citizens interested in a trip to Craglawn. Fares are up. A bust always comes after a boom. Alas, I suspect the Reach clans can sack the city soon. If they don't, the Imperials will. Then we'll be on our way. That's commerce for you.
These foolish, dungy Britons starve while a banquet flies overhead. Famine? Ha! Anisha eats like a queen. Crow is bony, yes, but tasty.
We set out for Skyrim in a few days. I hope the drovers Dalmy sends with us smell better than the last bunch.
Imperial territory.
I always thought I was so perceptive.
Nothing down here's in the right place. You know what that means? It just means more dumb dung I gotta deal with before I can get out of here. Caravan contract job east of here in those old Ayleid ruins. Selosili, they call the place. Some mage out there wants an armed escort, and I'm the only one available to go. I can't stand dealing with mages, especially when it's just me. By Moloch, yes. I could use a partner on this one. Like I said, the pickup's out in the Selosili ruins. Meet me out there and we'll make some coin together.
Crunch.
If he was the thief, then...
I don't suppose you're here to pay your respects to the Blacklight Raiders, are you? A notorious band of treasure hunters from the First Era. They went all over Morrowind looting and pillaging, stealing our people's most sacred relics. I studied them, and tracked down a lockbox holding their greatest treasure, but I can't open it. Because the fool's password is a combination of letters from the raiders' names and professions, totally forgotten now. All 4 raiders are buried here, but their gravestones are worn. I found a few clues. I have coin if you can figure this out. It sounds archaic, but the Blacklight Raiders were well-rounded. Warrior, cleric, thief, and mage. The mage wrote a letter to one of the others telling how to open the lockbox. Between the letter and the gravestones, I hope we can solve it. Yes, that's all we have to go on. What we need to figure out is what each of the Blacklight Raiders' names was, and whether they were the fighter, the mage, the thief, or the cleric. Look at the letter. I only know so much. They started out as just a small band of adventurers from High Rock, exploring old barrows and caves, killing bandits and monsters, that sort of thing. Over time, though, they became notorious, especially in Morrowind. I come from a village outside Blacklight. My grandfather always told me stories about the raiders who stole our family's heirlooms. Years later, I heard about this lockbox the raiders had left behind. I tracked it down, and it led me here. I hope you're getting more insight into this than me. Every time I think I have it all sorted out, I realize something doesn't make sense. Do you think you know what each of the raiders' names and professions were? We'll see. I've got some of it pieced together. If you can fill in the gaps, I'll be impressed. If you're ready, I'll ask you my outstanding questions. All right. First, I need to know about Joelle. I know she was the warrior, but what was her last name? That might make sense. If that's correct, though, what was Olivia's profession? All right. If that's true, then what was Willem's last name and profession? All right. Let's see if all your answers add up. All that matters is whether I can open this damn lockbox. Yes. It seems Willem had quite a sense of humor. Now, let's see what's inside. No gold, no relics, just a silly old blade. I'm sorry, but I was counting on something of value. I can't pay you much now. I don't shave, though, so I guess I'll sell the blade. Maybe I can get something for it. Mother Morrowind has her eye. I can't believe it! I carried that lockbox around for years.
For the love of... Please help me.
Going to. Can never have enough of that.
Where are those scouts?
Look here. If it isn't Strasnock's Bane, have you come down to lop off a few more Reachman heads? There are plenty to go around down these parts. Smart woman. Damn glad she's back in charge. Who'd have thought Duke Wrenchind was going to sell us all out? Guess he got what was coming to him. We've got Reachman to worry about now. Captain, I'm expecting you to come back. I'm expecting you to come back here with at least a few Reachman heads hanging from your belt. We can mount them on the city walls. I wonder what Captain Huron did with old Strasnock's head. We should get that one up there, too. No? But damn! That stupid Nord! He was in on Duke Wrenchind's plan, wasn't he? I had a feeling. Well, I guess he got what was coming to him. She said that? Well, I'll be an Argonian's uncle. I thought I'd be sergeant forever. Maybe I can afford that new mace after all. Assuming we beat the Reachman and the Queen stays true to her word. I trust her, though.
I hope you're here to help me. Dureg and his Dark Witnesses attacked without warning. My best scouts go to gather information. Only 2 returned. Isabeth disobeyed orders to look for them, and now she too is overdue. What else could go wrong? Any help is welcome. Isabeth was last seen advancing toward the chapel to look for Hatmi. The scouts' mission is to recover information and rescue civilians. We can't let the invaders reach Evermore. Take this concoction Elgeni made. It heals and conceals, according to her. If they're injured, they'll need it, but it only lasts so long. They must come here straight away, or risk the effects wearing off.
Did the captain give you the poultices? Hang on to them. They heal the user and grant temporary invisibility. There should be enough for you as well once you find all the scouts. It wears off rather quickly, so don't use it until the time is right.
Ain!
I have things about as under control in here as they can be. You should go on ahead. If you can do anything about our entrenchment here, please do. Our injured soldiers would thank you for it.
Reachman, filth! You're no Reachman. Stendar's finally seen it fit to grant me a little mercy. He did? Not Isabeth? I'd hoped she'd gotten the others to the camp by now. She rescued a Weirus, and a villager named Laetiel. The Weirus said they're holding an area beneath the alien ruins. Isa said she'd go and see about an alliance. I told them to leave me here. I'd only slow them down with these wounds. Yes, one of the women of the woods. I was taught never to trust them, but Isa thought they could help us retake Northglen and keep the Reachmen out of Evermore. She might still be with them on the shore. There's an entry to the ruins there.
Thank you. I hope to see you back at the camp. Winnie's outdone herself.
They're coming for us.
Another one. Curious. What do you want? She was here. She returned our sister to us, so we are in her debt. The other has a sickness within her, of an unknown kind. We will keep the sick girl away from the land, lest she spread an incurable disease through our woods. If you're curious, speak to Weirus Delphique. She's within the ruins.
By the look of things, you're probably one of the ones fighting the Reachmen. That's good. We don't have dissimilar goals, but remember, that doesn't make us friends.
I keep thinking how that could have been me. Yes, the Dark Witnesses caught me while scouting the chapel. I'm in Isabeth's debt for finding me. A few moments longer, and the Reachmen may have done to me what they did to Laetiel. The Dark Witnesses planted something inside of her. I'm not sure what sort of Reach magic they used to get in there, but a sickness grows in her. As I'm in Isabeth's debt, Weirus Delphique and I have been hoping to find a cure. None so far. Delphique has a final plan, but if it doesn't work, we'll know there is no cure. At least none we can create.
Weirus Asteria let you in? I trust she had good reason. What drove you to seek me in this house of stone? Ah, you seek this child. She goes nowhere. She's infected and I must determine what it is she carries inside her. It's a seed for certain, though what the Dark Witnesses have cultivated in the fields of Northglen is a mystery. I've one last attempt at a cure. You're just in time to witness the results. Watch and remember what you are about to see. First, I'll expose the corruption. Look, you can see it plainly. Now to see if I can purge it. Foul creature, be gone! Well, that didn't go as planned. Disturbing, to say the least. So the Dark Witnesses would turn us all into their puppets to reinforce their army and take Evermore. We can't allow that to happen. I tried to draw out the evil, but my spell agitated it, transformed her into one of those abominations roaming North Glen. Small wonder we've seen no prisoners. They've turned them. And as their army grows, so does the threat on the Viridian Woods. The Evermore soldiers? And why should we trust them? If we left the Viridian Woods, they'd cut down our trees in days, and mine the land with no regard for the life harbored there. Take this rune to wither the Reachman's markers in the fields, then cut off Dureg's head. Prove yourself on our side as well, and I'll meet the captain Isabeth spoke of. She left, said she had to search the farmhouses. Are you stalling, or do you truly believe we can trust the soldiers of Evermore? Isabeth spoke of an alliance too before she left. Well, you can finish her work. Will you take Dureg's head or not? Luck be with you. We'll journey to the Evermore camp if you complete the job. We're closely tied to the land, so we'll know when you've been successful. Reachman effigies that Dureg conjured out of the earth. Perhaps remnants of power they left behind. They're the source of the seeds they cultivate in the fields. Destroy the markers, and you destroy the seeds. This land used to be theirs, and not so long ago. They're here to reclaim it. It's why Evermore is such a prize to them. Perhaps we'd let them remain if they didn't pose such a threat to the Viridian Woods. Reachmen know no boundaries. Whatever the Dark Witnesses are using, it consumes the victim. Had this child lived, she would have attacked. We've been observing them. Their power increases in numbers. Yes, we believe a seed is forced inside. It takes root within the heart. As you saw, any real attempt to remove them only spurs on the growth and takes the victim to the final phase. Reachman effigies that... brag about that?
I need to go.
For the love of Mara, I didn't think I'd see the end of this day. Did Captain Gayercroft, my father, send you? I know Durake's plan. He has stores of seeds he plans on using to turn the innocent into pawns for his army. You must destroy the stores. With Durake out of the way and his weapon destroyed, it will leave this army without a leader and a plan. I'm badly injured. Whatever Durake was doing to me, probably trying to implant one of those seeds like the others, it's left me too weak. You need to go. Finish the mission without me. Besides, if he was successful, I may compromise everything. Perfect. One of Elgeni's, I bet. This will do nicely. Trying to implant me like the rest. He said he was adding me to his ranks. That I'd be the perfect weapon. And he'd watch as I attacked my own father, and my father would have to kill me. I fell unconscious from the pain moments later. I recognize it, and it's one of Elgeni's best. The poultice does more than heal. It grants invisibility. But if you engage any of the Reachmen after you use it, the spell will break. No. I only found one survivor, and the Glenmoral Weird wouldn't let her go. I found Ulmad and Bindeus dead. But Hotme, did you find her too? I never should have left her alone. My father, that is, Captain Gayercroft, will be disappointed. You don't know him. He only acknowledges me when I'm doing something wrong. He calls me Isabeth the Impatient, Isabeth the Ignorant. Since I disobeyed orders, I bet he's got plenty to say about me today. Father!
Scout Isabeth, you put this company at risk by disobeying orders. Thanks to our new ally here, the Weird agreed to help us drive out the Reachmen. I hope you've... Where is Delphique? What is the meaning of this?
I thought as much. Captain Garecroft, your scout is infected. Kill her if you wish to maintain this alliance.
I won't kill her based on your word.
Then trust your new ally's word.
I'll make my own judgment. I don't take orders from you.
Father, stop! So it's true. I'm infected.
That must be why Elgeni's poultice didn't fully heal me. I wasn't conscious for a while after they captured me. He had time to... Is what Wyrus Delphique says true? Everything I've been through. For this? And my own father won't even acknowledge me as his daughter. But it's worth it, right? My life for an alliance that will save Evermore. I'll let Delphique know I'm ready. I'm sure she won't hesitate, and my father won't stop her. Evermore has always taken priority for him. Evermore and duty. Maybe I follow in his footsteps after all.
I've made my decision, Father.
Isabeth, don't be foolish. You can't think straight.
No, Father. I've never been so clear. Wyrus Delphique? Do it. Now, before I change my mind.
Isabeth! The Weird expect an alliance now after they murder my daughter in cold blood? They're lucky I don't have them all killed here and now. After what the Weird did to my daughter, the Weirdest killed her without hesitation. I can't have that unpredictability among my soldiers. Isabeth was a foolish girl. I should have disciplined her better. Made her stronger. She never followed orders. I knew this way of life would get her killed. How can I possibly consent to this alliance with her blood on their hands? Yes, Evermore needs this alliance. But I need... Isabeth's sacrifice will be remembered. You've proven yourself as a great ally to Evermore. I'll agree to this alliance. Together, we'll drive out the Reachmen.
Yuella the Hagraven is the true evil here. Even together, my sisters and these soldiers can only prevent these Reachmen from advancing further south. Defeating the Dark Witnesses for good will require that someone goes deeper into their territory to kill the Hagraven, Yuella. With the crows as her spies, Yuella is everywhere. But the Hagraven's physical form is assuredly deep in Reachman-held territory. My sisters have been searching for her, but it will take time. The foul creature has wards that block weird magic. You would venture up to Jackdaw Cove? Yuella's influence has corrupted everything there. It's wretched, but if you are willing, I will not try to dissuade you. Search for my sisters near Jackdaw Cove. Perhaps with your help, Yuella can be destroyed.
Stendarr must be in a giving mood today.
You found them both and returned safely. Thanks to you, I still have a sister.
I'm expecting you to come back here with at least a few Reachman heads.
I'll caution you. Don't expect a warm welcome from my sisters in the north. They are not accustomed to city dwellers in the wilds, but they need all the help they can get. Whatever it takes to rid these lands of that Hagraven.
Self-sacrifice is rare these days. I hope Captain Garecroft is finally proud of his daughter. Not that he wasn't. Perhaps now he'll finally show just how much she meant to him.
This alliance is foreign to us. I think we're all concerned about working together, but at least our common enemy is worth it.
Thank you for all you've done here. Today has given me a lot to reflect on.
nothing wrong with a little opportunistic hunt.
What in Moloch's name took you so long? You think I got time to sit on my arse out here? This job's hit a major snag and I need your help. It's the damn mage, of course. I told you. Working for them always gives me a headache, and this one's a real piece of work. I got here and the stupid mage... Well, you better just see for yourself. Follow me. Can you believe this? The fool's turned himself into iron. It's like a practical joke. I keep expecting my boss to step out from behind a rock and just tell me he wanted to see how I'd react. I'd carry the bastard if he wasn't so damn heavy. To stop me from taking him away. Said some stupid drivel about emotions. If there's one thing I hate more than magic, it's emotions. Can you just deal with this for me? I can't even think at this point.
Hello there. I suggest you don't try to pick me up. You'll only injure your back. Don't ask for any long-winded explanations, either. It's tiring to talk when you're made of iron. No choice. That brute was going to forcibly remove me from the ruins, and I can't leave yet. I have to get my emotions back under control first. Precisely. My emotions are gone. Fear, anger, happiness, sadness. They got away from me, in the literal sense. It's this alien relic here. It's a gateway into the Salasali dream state. But by the time I realized it, my emotions were already gone. Yes, you could go into the dream state and convince them to come back. You'll have to upset them, though. Drive them to experience their counterbalanced state. Anger to fear, happiness to sadness, that sort of thing. You know,
I can't believe this. You're just gonna lie down and take a nap?
Don't! Please! You're going to eviscerate me, I just know it! I don't want to be eviscerated! It sounds awful! Because I had a nightmare, and someone told me they were going to eviscerate me. They described it in great detail, how they were going to cut me open and let all my internal organs spill out. My liver, my stomach, it was terrible. Then it wasn't a very funny joke. My father was eviscerated, as a matter of fact. I'll put up with a lot, but jokes about evisceration are where I draw the line. Oh, now you're making jokes about my mother. Now you've done it. Now you've made me mad. I'm going back to Arnatoli. Hello there! I'm so glad you came by. I think I'm about to make a new friend, and you know what that means. I don't know about you, but when I make a new friend, I like to have a celebration. Buttons does too. Buttons and I are favorite friends, but there's always room for one more inside our circle of love. And you're invited. You want a quibble cake? Oh, my grandmother gave me Buttons as a pet when I was just a little boy. We were inseparable. When I was little, he carried me on his back. And when I got big, I carried him on my shoulder. Buttons is my favorite friend in all of Tamariel. Hey, you stop that! You're hurting Buttons' feelings. You're hurting my feelings too. I'm going back to Arnatoli.